Okay.
in what you are doing.
So the issue now is not just education. Most of the time is about us,
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I wanted to go to school, further my education into the higher institution. I wanted to study medicine as every other I am very grateful to God that I did not study medicine. I'm grateful to God that they did not give me that admission. So I just wanted to go to school, and I ended up studying biochemistry. And here I am.
In the media space.
And my younger sister, our last born, when we asked her what she wanted to study, she said business administration. And I was like, why not do accounting? She said no, that to her accounting is very specific. And business administration is wide.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to study business administration because she wants to work. She needs it because of what she wants to do in the future. And I was like, please, let her study business administration. Nobody. I was very impressed. And right now she got business administration. It was nice because she actually, it's not because she wants to work or because she needs a 9-to-5 salary job, but there is something she wants to do with it, and she believes it's her field. So I think that is one of the reasons why school is scam in Nigeria, because we just want to study something. Most of us just want to go to school, sometimes because of our parents.
Yep.
Because of our parents. Before we finish this, we are going to talk to our parents, because they are one of the reasons. I remember then I brought up computer science to my dad. He was like, who studies computer? What do you want to do with computer science?
Now imagine you studied computer science.
Yes.
Now imagine you studied computer science. You will be in the tech space today, right?
And it makes sense.
And you will be making a lot of money today.
Some of my friends then that studied computer science, these guys, we are literally forcing them to serve. Because what do they want to use service for? They are actually doing very well. Because the computer science they studied is still their field, and they are doing well with it. I know people that studied agric. It seems people that studied agric, they have so much job opportunities.
Yep.
And they still don't want to work.
Yep.
Some of them do not want to work because they are doing a lot.
True.
But they told us you can work everywhere.
So now the thing is this, right? And this is one of the major gaps I found out that we have in the Nigerian education system. The gap is the education system teaches you to be a professional. Right? It teaches you to know the job. It doesn't actually teach you the business of the job.
Practical.
Now you see, it's one thing to be a lawyer, it's one thing to be a very good lawyer, right? But it's a total different ball game to know the business of running a firm.
That's true.
It's different ball game to know the business of running an hospital. So you could be a doctor, but you will never own an hospital.
Always keep job up. Always job
you one of the either way, no matter how good the salary is, it's probably still going to be a 9-to-5 or a 5-to-9.
Salary is never enough.
Oh, salary is never enough. That's what I teach my students in class. In fact, it's one of the first thing I tell you. Salary, even if you earn 1 million naira today, in economics, we tell you it's not even as long as it comes once in a month. In economics, we tell you, look, resources are always scarce, right? And so the more you earn, the more needs and expenses you will have.
Right. Yes.
And sorry to cut you short, that's the second problem of a lot of people in this generation, right? We are so fixated on the cash. It's not wrong to be fixated on the cash, right? What is wrong is thinking that once I have the whole cash, I'm going to be all right. No. In fact, the truth is, once you have the whole cash, you would want more cash.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
And for you to be able to get more cash, you have to be more educated.
Right.
It doesn't have to be education in the four walls of a class, right? But you have to be educated. we discovered that information, right, changes every 6 months. As of right now, it's about every 3 to 4 months, right? So what you thought you knew last year, right now is obsolete.
Yes. I thought beans was protein, but lately I heard it's carbohydrate.
Yes. Right? That's why when you buy a phone now, in the next 6 months, there's an upgraded version.
Way better, yes.
That's education, because the person that invented the last one, right, over 2 or 3 months, discovered, oh, we can do this thing better. Right? But if all the focus is just on the cash, and you think, oh, I've learned all that I can learn, then you stop learning. Then you become disadvantaged, and whether you like it or not, your your flow of income begins to drop, because your value begins to drop. A lot of people do not understand the whole essence of education is to make themselves valuable.
Not money.
Not money.
Primarily.
Yeah. Once your value increases, your price in the market will increase.
All right. Bringing us to Nigeria's system of education. My first question is, if we were in somewhere like China or any other developed country, will a youth in Nigeria still be angry for going to school? Formal education. Will a youth in Nigeria still be angry? For example, someone that studied engineering, mechanical engineering, for example. In Nigeria, they are just teaching you calculus,
theory,
calculation, a lot of theories. And engineering, I know, when we hear engineering, it's supposed to be skill, practical, right? Supposed to be practical. I studied biochemistry. There was a podcast I watched where the woman was talking about COVID, genomics, and I could relate to it. I was like, this is my course being put in practice.
Yeah.
Right? Changing DNA and gene code and all of that. They taught us this in class.
Yeah.
They drew the DNA for us and all of that. What? And I was like, wait, it is Nigeria. It's not the course.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a good course if it is put into practice. And this is what somebody is using, or some persons are using to do wonders.
Yes.
Biochemistry, genetics, and all of that. But in Nigeria, it's anybody that studies biochemistry with the trauma we went through studying that course.
Okay, so
so will a person outside Nigeria, a Nigerian youth outside Nigeria, regret going to school, studying outside the country, outside Nigeria?
The youth studied in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now went outside Nigeria.
No, if a youth study outside Nigeria, will they still feel, or will they still regret education? Will they still regret going to school?
No.
Why?
Okay, good. Now, that's because the system of education in Nigeria is flawed. Right? Is what?
Flawed.
Is flawed. Okay, I've been opportuned on 2 different occasions. In 2024, I worked with a couple of students from a postgraduate that were doing a postgraduate course in Center for Rural Development, SLE, Berlin, Germany. All right, so we worked on some certain research projects together. Now, for that particular postgraduate course, what they do is this. It's a 1-year course, right? The first 6 months, they do classwork. Now, when I say classwork, it's not your regular 1 + 1 is equal to 2 classwork, right? When you are going to class, you will be happy going to class. Because you're not just going to have a lecturer standing in front of you to tell you stuff. There's going to be a lot of deliberations. There's going to be a lot of, you're going to teach one another. There's going to be a lot of exchange of knowledge, right? They do that for 6 months. Now, they do another 4 months practical research where they travel out of Berlin to another country, usually a more developing country, and they are there for another 4 to 5 months doing a research. Now, they are no longer in the classroom, but what I noticed is this: what they've learned from the classroom, then they take it to the field, right? So they apply what they've learned in the classroom in the field, in an area where they are not familiar with. Most of the time, these people are going to that area for the first time in their lives. What is that? Now, that is what we call the dual system of education, which is very prevalent in Europe. They teach you practical and they teach you theory, right? In educational systems in the Western world, you could have 3 days working in a company and 2 days in class. So by the time you are out, you are not only theoretically sound, you are also practically sound. Now, it's a similar thing the Nigerian educational system is trying to mimic.
Have this started?
In this, well, there's a lot of talk about it. I know there'll be a lot of talk. Now the talk has stopped because there's election. And after election, the talk will continue, hopefully, right? And then we wait for another 2-3 years, and then another government comes and then doesn't believe in that particular policy and then wants to change the policy. Let's not go into all that. All right, so when the Nigerian goes there, by the time he's coming out of school, right, before he comes out of school, his employment is ready, because he already knows where he's going to. Organizations are already looking for him because he has what is called experience
already.